brain to subconscious. And I read to him out of Reuters, the head of all South American, Central American narcotics operations of Southcom, was caught shipping in masses of heroin and cocaine. Caught, pled guilty. And they said, oh, it's just an accident, just a such and such. So that's what shook him up, yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought it was good work. And
well, thank you for bringing that up. We're going to go to break. We're going to come right back and just let you have the floor and get into whatever subject you want. I'm also hearing rumors of you running for office.
That's right. That's right.
Here in Texas. So that is coming up, folks. It is Barry Cooper's Never Get Busted Again. Alternative media, get these videos. This is something special. You need to get it at Infowars.com or by calling 888-253-3139.
Of the 3 million plus edible food plants that grow on Earth, no other single plant can compare with the nutritional value of the powder, seeds, and oil of the hemp plant. At hempusa.org, we ship worldwide these nutritional products with free shipping to the U.S. and Canada. At hempusa.org, we want to educate our listeners that edible hemp is not marijuana and is certified THC-free. Our powder is 50% protein and does not contain gluten. Gluten impairs the cells from absorbing nutrients. This nutrient-dense food can be stored up to 5 years when vacuum-packed and is priced affordably to be used as a storable food. HempUSA.org is a bulk shipper starting with 5 pounds and up. To allow this food to work for you, call 908-691-2608 or go to hempusa.org and order today. The body will react and heal itself given the proper nutrition. This superfood will be your greatest asset. So try it today, store it today, and change your life. Call 908-691-2608 or order from hempusa.org.
When making important financial decisions, you should always know the facts. That's why Midas Resources is willing to pay you to read the facts. Midas Resources, a team of hand-picked financial specialists with decades of financial experience who are ready to provide you with state-of-the-art, up-to-date financial services. Midas Resources offers a host of services and stands behind their products. In fact, if you call and order their free Midas report, Midas Resources will pay you. This detailed report will provide you with financial history on the safest and most profitable areas to invest in. If you read the report, Midas Resources will send you a free Walking Liberty silver $50. So what are you waiting for? Get the facts and call Midas Resources toll free at 888-292-2709. That's 888-292-2709. And remember, if you read the Midas report, you'll receive a free Walking Liberty silver $50.
On September 11th, 2001, along with hundreds of my fellow troops, I went to Ground Zero, and we knew what to do, or at least we thought we did.
Truth Rising is a breakthrough 9/11 film that finally gives first responders a platform to tell their story.
Whitman, EPA director, on the 18th made a statement that the air was safe to breathe.
This film follows the growing momentum of 9/11 truth as brave souls throughout the world take action against their global masters.
He had his hand over the radio while he was getting a countdown. He takes his hand off and you hear 3, 2, 1, and it was boom, 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 boom.
This is an emergency transmission worldwide. Download Truth Rising at prisonplanet.tv and aggressively spread it worldwide, or order the DVD at Infowars.com. If we don't expose the government-sponsored terror, they're going to commit more acts and bring in martial law.
Phase 1 of the insider's plan for a one-world government has been initiated with the recent bailout. International bankers and power brokers have engineered the current crisis to create a new currency and a new world bank to act as savior. But we've only seen the beginning. Their next engineered crisis will be on a scale never before seen in modern times. Shortages and empty shelves will spread fear and panic across the land. The insiders have discovered that they must control two things to seize total power. Phase 1 is a one-world currency, which we are currently being prepared to accept. Phase 2 of their insidious plan is complete control of our food supplies. Go to www.foodshortageusa.com for the details. That's www.foodshortageusa.com to learn how to prepare for the unthinkable. Don't wait for empty shelves. Learn how to make your own survival foods for pennies on the dollar. Go to foodshortageusa.com or call 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365.
When they play Hail to the Chief, they point the cannon at you. Think about that.
Some folks are born.
They aim the cannon hands at the crowd. In the 1950s, they brought in the symbol of fascism into the U.S. Senate, the bundle of sticks with the hatchets on the top. The symbol of Benito Mussolini, of Adolf Hitler, of Julius Caesar. They arrogantly are setting up a world government, a tyranny in front of you. And they have the nerve to say it doesn't exist. When you say you don't want to be part of it. Okay, this is a short segment, Barry, but we're coming back in a long one. Before you got here today, I was thinking, man, what are we going to talk about? There is so much that you've done, so much that's going on. Recap a little bit about yourself, the things you've witnessed, and some of the things you're doing, some of the new stings you're working on, and your overall mission.
Well, to repeat, our overall mission is to get prisoners, the nonviolent drug prisoners, out. We really have a heart for them. And we've learned activism can get us there. I was one of our nation's top drug enforcement officers for 8 years. And I quit being a drug cop, and over the last 2 years, I've produced 2 films, Traffic Stops Volume 1 and Never Get Rated Volume 2. And they are instructional films that teach how to counter DEA's or task forces measures against citizens to place them in jail for marijuana. Coming off of that success, my wife and I recently set a trap for crooked cops out in Odessa, and they fell into that trap, and we've got them on camera in an illegal raid. We just learned the Texas Rangers are coming in to investigate the police corruption, which is what we called for. So we're making some progress there. We just got back from Hollywood. We can talk about that. And I'm running for office. We want to announce that as well. So there's a lot going on.
Well, let's do that.
Exactly what you want to.
No, I mean, that's great. Let's get into those subjects next. First off, Texas Rangers. I'm not saying they're perfect, but we've had some former Texas Rangers. The guy was an awesome police officer when he went up the tower and shot the bad guy back in the 60s, Whitman, who was shooting everybody. And I did find it was the Texas Rangers. Remember, 2 years ago, it turned out the state police and the Texas Rangers had found out about the Texas Youth Commission raping all these kids.
We were talking about that on the way up here.
And it was the Texas Rangers trying to stop it, and we're told stop. Mm-hmm. And the head of the DPS just got removed. And I have it from back channels directly. He was removed because he was going after the state officials involved with these kids. And so I guess the Texas Rangers seem to be pretty good.
Well, we talked about, there's corruption in all of law enforcement, but from what I've seen so far, the Texas Rangers do turn in an objective report. They're good at investigating, and they try to keep emotions out of it. And hopefully that's what we get in this case. But
they're now going after the police that you stung.
Right. But what's interesting is you mentioned those kids getting raped in the prison down there in our Texas.
And most of them are marijuana.
Yeah, exactly. And the Texas Rangers, I think, reported 40-some-odd cases of sexual abuse. Do you remember the number?
And then it turned out it was all over thousands.
Yeah, and not one person was arrested. Well, that I want to make it. I'm running for Attorney General of the state of Texas. You do not have to be an attorney to run for Attorney General. And I really am good in court and being an attorney anyway, but that's going to be one of my first cases. I want to reopen that can of worms on our youth in Texas.
Well, the Youth Commission, they just covered it all up.
Well, I know, and that's wrong. If we had a strong Attorney General in there, he would go in and prosecute those people. If you can't take care of the youth of our country, even the ones that are in jail, then you have nothing to live for. Our prisoners are forgotten. The kids that are in prison right now are forgotten, and we need to wake up and go back and get our children. It's craziness what they're doing to our people in prison.
Yeah. Well, the one time I was in jail as a juvenile, because I got in a fight, beat the guy up real bad, even though, once it went to court, it was no, there's witnesses. Alex was attacked first. But since the guy went to the hospital, I went to jail when the cops got there. And they took me to Terrell, because I was in Rockwall, but they took me to the juvenile jail in Terrell. I'm up on top of the courthouse. And it was a Friday, so they put I didn't go to court in Rockwall till I don't want to get into these stories, but the point is, I've told it before, until Monday. And by Sunday morning, I was just sitting in there, doing nothing, getting out 1 hour a day watching TV. And I said, hey, I notice other people are taking showers. Can I take a shower? This big fat pedophile who was one of the jail guards there in Terrell, and I was, pretty handsome, I guess, when I was 14 years old or whatever.
Well, I think you're still handsome.
No, I'm big fat ass now, but anyways, the point is, he takes me into the shower. It's like a one-room shower, and he says, oh, you look pretty good. Let's have something. And I said, listen, you think you're going to get away for this? I assure you, my family's going to destroy you. And because I was already,